Take a deep breath. Let your thoughts drift beyond space and time into the vast silence that existed before you were born. Now ask yourself, what if you chose all of this? The body you live in, the family that raised you, even the love that shattered or saved you. What if none of it was accidental? What if, before you took your first breath, you were a soul floating in the infinite, making choices far more powerful than anything your human mind can grasp? Ancient texts, mystics, and near-death experiencers all whisper the same forgotten truth, that our souls do not merely arrive into life, they choose it. Carefully, intentionally. You may have chosen your parents to heal a karmic wound, or to learn what it feels like to be loved or abandoned. You may have chosen your soulmate to complete a cycle left unfinished across lifetimes. Welcome to a journey that transcends memory, beyond birth and death, into the sacred mystery of how your soul selects the very people who will shape your destiny. The soul's transition after death. When the final breath leaves the body, something truly extraordinary happens, something our human senses cannot fully perceive. The soul detaches, not with fear, not with pain, but with a profound sense of release, a return. The physical shell falls away, but you, the real you, remain. A consciousness, luminous and free, rising into dimensions that exist just beyond the veil of this world. Many spiritual traditions, from the Tibetan Book of the Dead to the ancient Egyptian Scroll of Ani, speak of what happens next, the life review. But this is not judgment, not in the way we've been taught to fear. It is a moment of truth, a moment of clarity. You relive every choice, every embrace, every betrayal, every word spoken in anger, and every act of kindness whispered in love. But you don't just see it from your own eyes, you feel it from theirs. You feel the joy you gave and the pain you caused. You see how a single smile changed someone's path, how a cruel word echoed through a fragile heart. It is deeply humbling and profoundly illuminating. This is where the soul begins to learn, to grow, not through shame, but through awareness. And after this sacred reflection comes the most important question your soul will face. What now? Who will I become? What unfinished truth must I return to live out? And who will walk beside me next time? The Soul Council and Pre-Birth Planning. Before your soul returns to earth, before your first breath fills a newborn body, you sit here in one of the most sacred spaces in the cosmos. You are not alone. You are surrounded by the Soul Council, wise, loving guides who have walked the path of lifetimes. They are not here to judge you, but to help you remember, to remind you of what your soul came here to do. Here, you begin to plan, not in the way a human would plan a vacation or a career, but with divine intention. You choose the themes your soul wishes to experience: compassion, loss, strength, patience, forgiveness, unconditional love. Believe it or not, you do not choose your next parents randomly. You select them with care, not because of what they have, but because of what they think they can teach you. A mother who nurtures your confidence, or one who withholds love so that you might learn to find it within. A father who guides you with wisdom, or one whose absence shapes your independence and strength. Sometimes, your greatest teachers are not those who comfort you, but those who challenge you. And sometimes the most painful relationships are the ones that carry the deepest soul contracts. Agreements made in love to grow, to awaken, to evolve. You are shown the possibilities, not every detail, but the framework, the family you'll be born into, the opportunities and the obstacles you may encounter, the people you're destined to meet and those you must let go. And even with the knowing that life may bring sorrow, betrayal, or loss, you choose. With courage, with purpose, and with a deep trust that every moment will serve your soul's journey. And now, the question that echoes in every heart. What about love? What about that one soul who feels like home, even before you know their name? Here's where the soul's journey becomes even more beautiful and even more mysterious. Because soulmates are not just about romance, they are about recognition. A soulmate can be your child, your sibling, your best friend, your mentor, or yes, that one great love that burns across lifetimes. They are the souls who agreed to meet you again, long before either of you returned to Earth. Not always for happiness, sometimes to finish a story that was never completed. Sometimes to heal a wound that still echoes from lifetimes ago. Before reincarnation, your soul sits with theirs. Together, you map a meeting point, It may be brief or lifelong. It may come as comfort or as heartbreak. But always, always, it comes with purpose. You do not recognize them by their face. You recognize them by their energy, by the way your soul remembers, even if your mind does not. It's that feeling of, I've met you before, I feel like I've known you forever. There's something about you I can't explain. That is not coincidence. That is the echo of a contract made beyond time. That is the vibration of souls who have danced this dance before. Not all soulmate encounters are easy. Some arrive to teach you strength. Some mirror your wounds so you can finally see them. Some leave to awaken a deeper part of you that was asleep. And some stay because they are part of your soul's most sacred vow. In the sacred silence before birth, your souls made a promise. Find me again. And whether for a moment, a season, or a lifetime, you always do. Soul contracts and why you might delay meeting your soulmate. Here's something most people never consider. Just because you have a soulmate doesn't mean you'll meet them right away, or even in this lifetime. Why? Because before you can meet each other, you must first meet yourself. There are contracts to fulfill, wounds to heal, truths to uncover. If you met your soulmate too early, before either of you were ready, the connection might collapse under the weight of unhealed pain. You might mistake them for the wrong person. You might push them away, or worse, never recognize them at all. This is why timing is divine. The universe orchestrates not only who, but when. You are not just waiting for them, you are becoming the version of yourself who can receive them. And they are doing the same. Some soulmates agree to meet in your youth, others in your later years when you're softer, wiser, more open, and some choose not to meet at all in this life, but that doesn't mean they're gone. Even from afar, they influence your path. Through dreams, through intuition, through chance encounters that prepare your heart for deeper love. They are the invisible hand on your shoulder, the voice in your chest that whispers, keep going, I'm still with you, just not yet. The delay is not a denial, it's a preparation. Because true soul connection isn't just about finding love, it's about being ready to live it. Do you really choose everything? Do you choose every single detail of your life before you're born? The answer is no, but you do choose the framework. Think of it like a video game level. You pick the setting, you choose the characters, you select the main challenges, the key soul lessons you want to face. But once you're inside the game, you control the moves. You might choose to be born into a family that triggers feelings of abandonment. But how you respond, whether with bitterness or growth, that part is up to you. That is free will. The same is true for love. You may have planned to meet your soulmate at 35, but if your heart is closed, if fear leads you down a different path, you might not meet until 45, or not at all. That's not failure. That's the dance between destiny and choice. Your soul gives you the script, but you are still the actor. You improvise, you adapt, and sometimes you rewrite the ending completely. Free will and destiny are not enemies. They are partners, dancing in perfect harmony. One creates the stage, the other performs the play. Signs you're following your soul's plan. How do you know if you're on the path your soul chose before you were born? The truth is, your soul is always speaking, but it doesn't use words. It speaks in signs, in feelings, in the quiet knowing that never leaves you. You'll know you're aligned when you experience deep déjà vu, like you've lived this moment before. When you meet people who change your life instantly, as if they were waiting for you. When your life feels both challenging and guided at the same time. You feel a quiet pull towards something greater, even if you don't know what it is. Even when life gets hard, you feel watched over, protected, aligned. These are not coincidences. They are soul messages, breadcrumbs leading you home. Because even when you feel lost, you are not broken. You are not behind. You are becoming. You're not just living your life, you're remembering it. The truth is, your soul is ancient. It is wise. It is endlessly loving. And with every lifetime, it selects your body, your family, your soulmate, your lessons, your challenges, with deep, sacred intention. Nothing in your life is random. Not the pain, not the joy, not the people you've loved or lost. Each one is a mirror, reflecting who you're here to become. So trust the path. Listen to your soul's quiet whisper. And when the world feels heavy, remember, this isn't your first life, and it won't be your last. If this message spoke to your soul, let it ripple outward. Like, share, and subscribe for more spiritual journeys and ancient wisdom. And in the comments, tell us, have you ever met someone who felt like you've known them forever?